Keri Hilson comes clean about that Beyonce diss that some say stopped her career. And Christina Milian talks strip club nights with a certain female singer. Plus, the viral Usher auntie reveals all. Are y'all ready?
We're ready.
1, 2, 3. Welcome to Side Dish.
The world is yours. Sky's the limit.
Yup. You already know how it goes down. We here at Side Dish, we're more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We are the whole meal. As you can see, Tanner is out today. And it's because Trump and his whole DEI thing.
Nobody's safe.
No one's safe. I'm just joking, man. He's out handling some big things. But joining us again tonight is Emmy winner and investigator, host of TSR Investigates from the Shaderoom, Justin Carter.
Hey, thank you.
We also have radio personality and host of the CEO Confessions podcast, Princess Banks.
Hey.
What's up, gang? How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling amazing. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad y'all birthed one affected by the tariffs.
Not at all.
Well, we don't know yet.
It takes time.
It takes time.
Trickle down economics, they call it, right?
Go find out.
Yeah, it's gross outside. But that's why we're here to take your mind off all the devastating things that happen in the world and put a little light in your life, right? So it's time for some Feed Me. So a woman was stopped in Hartford, Connecticut for suspicion of DUI. And I don't know if she thought she was doing a sobriety test or hanging at a cookout, but you decide for yourself.
Over because you see me swerving and arguing with the lady in the
Right, and your lights are off on the vehicle as well.
Mom, shut up! 1,
And you're going to turn.
3, 4,
Not the hilltop.
Okay.
6,
Hey,
7, 8,
with the kid to play
9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
That's impressive.
14, 15, 16,
Come on.
17, 18, 19, 20.
So
Hey,
does that
wanna keep
prove
going?
she's drunk or not? Because if I was asked to do that, I would get taken to jail because I can't do that sober.
I'm no lawyer, but
that is a good sober dance, honey.
8, 9,
Oh, she about to get.
She was
She
getting
tight
it.
roping with it. Okay.
12, 13.
where is she from? She's got to be from Baltimore or something.
You putting it on the DMV?
I think it's, or Chicago.
And it's just funny how they let her keep going.
Because they're entertained at this point.
She's from Chicago with that two-step. Oh, it's Baltimore.
According to Arlene, our producer, it is Baltimore. Good catch. He knows his hoods.
I know my hood. I know my shuffles.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Now, you commented on the fact that the officers didn't let that go on for quite some
They
time.
would keep letting it go, so they were just entertained by it all.
How long would you have let that rock?
I would have let it ride just for my entertainment.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, you done yet? You still going? Okay.
Miss Mamas was getting it.
She was.
Listen, I have no problem with. If I was trying to get out of a DUI, I think I might try to bust a little
Do
something.
the same thing.
If I know I'm guilty.
Like, look, I'm sober. 16. Yep.
And sometimes it's about reading the officer too. Like I feel like in Atlanta, usually if we getting pulled over, it's one of us.
Exactly.
Usually.
So they'll be entertained by
As long as you're inside the circle. Right? Outside the circle, Dukes of Hazzard, right? However,
Yeah.
I don't know, like if they seem like they down with the shenanigans, and you can put on a little bit of a show rock
Definitely.
for it.
Yeah, if I'm in Athens, I don't know if I'm gonna give them a little two-step.
All right, people talk about code switching sometimes, right? Do you have a code switch? I just got picked up or pulled over by the police voice that you defer to when you get stopped?
Definitely.
Do you know who I am? I code switch 100%.
Go straight into journalist mode.
Listen, I'm Justin Carter. Absolutely. You gonna get this code switch. I'm gonna play the game.
You got one?
Yes, this is Princess Banks. What did I do, officer? I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're going straight into that.
Okay.
Definitely.
I typically go British. Officer, I'm not even from here.
I love that though.
We don't even have speed limits where I'm from. We have a thing called the Autobahn.
Is that your British accent?
Yeah.
It's a good accent though. You did good. I like
Different
that.
times of the day, it's stronger or softer. It just depends
That
on
sounded
what's
Jamaican
going for.
to me.
Oh, a lot of British
You
people
should've
are from
went-
Jamaica.
Okay. Touche.
Jamaicans. The British Jamaicans. Moving on. Let's rewind back to 2009, where some of you guys were probably not even born because no one remembers anything before 2010. But Keri Hilson, the singer-songwriter, her music was on fire. But the music came to a screeching halt after she dropped the remix to her song Turning Me On, because many thought a line in the song was dissing Beyonce. And the streets claimed that Keri was blackballed. Well, she went on the Breakfast Club and talked about what really went down with the song. Check it.
Okay, so I take off. It wasn't happening quick enough for him. I take off. We fly in, and he had another writer in our camp at the time. He had her write this, so he played it for me. Like, this is the remix, because I'm thinking I'm coming in to go write a remix to turn me on. Like, the whole time I had been writing concepts, like, but I come into the studio and he plays me this verse, and I'm like, automatically, I'm like, that's. I'm not saying that. That was my position. So I tried to fight him on it, and I began writing my own. That's what I did with my time there, but I want to be careful with the word I use. It was quite forceful. You know what I mean?
That's a tough word to use.
In an executive artist way?
Yeah, in an executive artist way only.
Wow.
That's an interesting word to use, too. Forceful.
Forceful. She had to think about it, though.
Exactly.
She didn't want to, do too much, step on any toes. But I feel bad for her.
I do too.
I feel bad
I love
for
me
her.
some Keri Hilson, and that album that she had put out from beginning to end, straight listen through, no skips, anything like that. So I'm mad that was a point in her career that just stopped everything. I wanted so much more from her.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody have the locks changed on them so fast.
Yes.
You know, when it seemed like they were being fast tracked to be that next one. Well, the person that she was trying to protect in that situation was a singer slash songwriter who goes by the name of Esther Dean. I actually believe we had her on Dish one time. And Esther Dean has now stepped up saying that she's the writer of this line. And many say that Polo the Don was the producer executive who kind of applied that pressure to be like, yo, do the record. We say do the record. And the crazy thing is, Esther Dean and Polo the Don later went on to work with Beyonce. Meanwhile, Keri Hilson out here doing Tubi movies.
Exactly.
So who's the victim here?
Keri.
Keri is definitely the victim.
She's the victim. And
she didn't deserve any of that. And I'm glad it's all coming out now that they were involved in the process. But what would you do in that moment? Like, would you still do the song? Would you get up and walk out? Like, how do you handle that as an artist, though?
I can't diss nobody I don't got no real smoke with. You know what I mean? Like, if Keri didn't really have no beef with Beyonce, and
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I bust a shot in the direction of somebody who, in some way or another, whether not saying that she copied her pattern, but like at some point, everybody borrows from the greats. At some point, you looked at Beyonce was inspired by something that she did, even if you're not like tit for tat copying everything she do. Like I wouldn't have done that.
But you know how the industry is, though. She was saying even in that interview, they were twisting her arm to do this song and to get it out there, and she was hungry and she just wanted to do the right thing, or what she thought was the right thing at the time, and clearly it was the wrong thing. The Beehive stung her hard. And I feel like they twisted her arm, and she even said it. She was like, listen, I was trying to just be up on top.
And I thought they really had beef back then, and to find out it was just lyrics in a song, like I really thought that she had a problem with Beyonce back then.
Me too. And I was wondering why for a minute, like sometimes, when you don't know what's going on because of behind the scenes of it all, it's like, man, I ain't seen her in a minute. What's going on?
Yeah.
Because like Keri Hilson, like living in Atlanta as we do, we run into people. And every time I've ran into Keri Hilson, it's always been a great experience.
I was just going to say that.
She's such a ball of light. She don't mean no harm. And talented.
I've met her multiple times. We've messaged before. I've met her managers. The sweetest person. So it's just like, it kills me to, see that and how awful it was for her, and still is.
Yeah, and I hope everyone supports her, like when she comes back out with music and everything, because I think she really deserves it.
Yeah, you know what? We can make it start right here. Like, listen, right after Side Dish go off tonight, whatever streaming platform you steal your music from, click on the Keri Hilson profile on that.
Let's support her.
And hit repeat on all the songs. Let's run these records up for her, because listen, she ain't do nothing except what she was told. But it also speaks on the power that certain people in this business have to be able to make your lights flicker at the blink of an eye. It is scary out here, and scarier for other people, man. So shout out to them.
All right, well, here's the thing. Seems Keke Palmer has allowed backlash from her internet cousins to influence her. Keke's podcast interview with Jonathan Majors has been scrapped because of the backlash she's been receiving. Some fans felt that it was kind of weird to interview him and wondered, would she even touch on his past allegations, while others claim that journalists interview unlikable people all the time. And there's actually a clip that was leaked of Keke and Jonathan doing a rapid fire game. Check this out.
Emotional vulnerability or unshakable mystery?
Vulnerability.
Okay. Fall in love slow or fall in love loud?
don't love slow.
I love that. Owning the past or rewriting the future?
Oh, that's good.
Owning the past.
The answer had the
Why?
We're talking about history in general or me personally.
I mean, really, any of it. Just your concept around, maybe more so
Around time?
Around time.
Time is.
Oh my gosh, I've been so into
everything.
time lately.
Kiki's
Oh,
such a good interviewer.
yeah.
I love Keke.
Gosh, man. Literally, this time thing.
Look it.
I love that we
Wicked.
literally,
Wicked. Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Very wicked.
Very wicked.
Okay,
Come on, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Co-star in a rom-com with Megan Good, or a
Co-star in
buddy
a
cop
rom-com
movie,
with Megan Good.
or a buddy cop movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh no, Mike. Oh no. I mean, that would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh, even that voice. I want that to be the voice of the character. That would be hilarious.
Michael.
Oh, I love
They had some chemistry there.
We were
It was,
robbed.
and this looked like it would have been a beautiful interview if it aired. Like, I think this would have been so good for her if she would have aired this.
Yo, and even
interview
from a
with them.
technical standpoint, peeping, like, because when she said the question about time, his energy changed a little bit.
Definitely.
She quickly picked up on that and pivoted. Like, for
Definitely.
people that don't understand media, that was masterful.
Oh yeah,
That was.
Keke know what she's doing. She's done this before. She's done hosting gigs before. She was on Good Afternoon America. She knows what you remember that show? They canceled it. But,
Right.
Yeah, with Keke, Sarah,
it was like
Keke,
brunch-
and Michael.
brunch news.
Yeah, brunch news. Yeah. She did all that. So, do we think Keke did the right thing or the wrong thing by scrapping the interview altogether? Do you think
I
that?
say the wrong thing with scrapping that interview. She should have aired that, let it air. I think that would have been great for her and also him, just seeing him in a different light, because it looked like he was more joking and fun and everything like that out there. So I think she definitely should have did that. That would have been great views.
Yeah.
Her ratings would have been crazy for the podcast. Definitely.
Have y'all
Yeah.
both had the opportunity to see his new movie, Magazine Dreams?
No,
No.
I didn't see it.
It's so good.
Is it good?
It's so good. Oh my God.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch it.
I don't know. Do you guys act at all?
No, I did a little bit
done
back
a
in the
little bit.
day.
So every now and then I'll watch something and be like, can I do that?
You saw yourself in that moment, like.
And that's a good actor right there.
I couldn't do anything that he did in that movie. He was he's on a different astral plane as it relates to having talent. But all that to say, if she chose to not air it on her own, like something happened that maybe y'all didn't get to see, I'm not gonna air it. That's one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you succumb to the pressure, of the streets,
like who cares what
come
these
on,
people talking about?
She's such a boss that she don't gotta listen to nobody but the inner monologue within. And I think the business does a great job of tearing people down when they get to a certain point.
Definitely.
And she could have picked them up.
You got to think about it too. There was probably so much that went behind the scenes. I mean, there's so much that goes into a podcast. There's producers, there's editors, so much that goes into it. And for them to scrap it, I feel like maybe it was out of her control.
Could be, because like sometimes people's names could be on a podcast, but it's not their show.
Ooh, that's true. You got to speak up.
I feel like she would have had like a huge voice in that, so I think she really did just feel the pressure and just was like, we're not gonna do with it. But I would hope if you're watching this, like definitely bring it back. I really want to see that interview.
Hell yeah, because y'all think Keke Palmer is really somewhere with a laptop going upload.
Right.
I think it's like a team of people in the
She had
back
a whole
end.
team.
Or like, the audio was out of sync. We don't got time to edit it. Run the cash doll. Run the cash doll one. We'll be back next Tuesday, so we'll see.
So Christina Milian was on the R&B Money podcast playing Tank and Jay Valentine's game of I ain't saying no names. And she tells an epic story of a famous female singer and some strippers. Take a look at this.
She decides she's done with the strip club. We were going to bring the strip club back to her hotel room.
Yeah.
So everybody gets back in the car. She's really cool, by the way. And we get in the car. We go to her penthouse suite that she has at the hotel. And we're just in awe of all we're watching. And she's such a boss. She's walking around the room. She's got stacks of singles in her pocket. And she hasn't shared it. And she brought the strippers back. So these female strippers come back, And so they're shaking their butt everywhere and everything's shaking their ass. And they're naked. But nobody's paying attention to them. They're just like music playing out loud. People are smoking a little weed, you know what I mean? And we're all talking. Just having a good time, but the strippers are doing stuff, but they're not getting paid anything. She has the money, but she hasn't, it's in the cut. So eventually the strippers are like, oh my God, they're starting to get bored because no one's paying attention to them. So they go up to this girl and they're like, so-and-so, we're going to leave because, everybody, Billy, you have to tell it. Come on, say it. You have to say what she says, okay? You're going to say it. So we're going to leave because nobody's paying attention to us, and they're holding their clothes in their hand. And she says,
Bitch, shut the up and dance.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Why she put Dionne Warwick out there like that?
Not Dionne. Don't come from Auntie.
Bass get low like a tuba. Shut up and down.
Dionne gonna get you on Twitter.
I rock with Dionne Warwick. She's so dope. Yo, but I didn't, like, my brain was spinning like, as to who it could be until my man did the accent at the end. So who y'all think it is?
I don't know. Comments said it was Rihanna. That accent, that Caribbean accent.
Definitely say it's Rihanna. I can see her just sitting back with smoking a little blunt, just like
a blunt.
And dance. You know, definitely. So I think it was definitely her.
Rihanna. Who else could it be? Who else got a
Jamaican patois? I mean, we could say maybe Patra. But I don't see Christina Milian hanging out.
What about Nikki? You know, she could do a little accent.
That would be good.
Nikki's from Trinidad.
A good one. Definitely could be her.
Right.
Yes.
And you know, she got personas, and you know, she can do it.
She could have did it in that little voice. Yes. I love that.
I don't know.
Also could have been Lizzo with the stories that have been floating out there, but not with that accent.
Not with that accent.
Like, I don't,
Unless she just was in character for the night, but no, I don't see it.
What y'all think in the chat? And we also could do wrong answers only in the chat too, just to spice it up. Yo, I need a makeup.
That was a really good one. Dionne Warwick was a good answer.
That was a good answer.
Because people, man, listen, I've been doing so many things in the industry, like at random levels, and like the way certain people are behind the scenes that you put on this weird, pristine, don't do nothing type of level, they be the wildest ones.
Wildest ones. Like if y'all knew them behind the scenes.
And I don't have any like horror stories, but it was just like, oh wow, you human like me.
Yes, they be doing this stuff.
Pastor such and such curses more per hour than I do. That's good to know.
You know who else is real regular?
Who that?
The City Girls.
Really?
I believe that.
City Girls.
They seem super chill
They're
though.
so
Like they
chill.
super chill.
I was there. I was in Miami once at a conference, and I just happened to stumble upon this party that they were doing, and they were performing, and they invited me to, you know, sit with them and, you know, drink a little Don Julio or whatever, you know, whatever.
They had everything but water,
everything.
right?
Everything but water.
Like whatever you want.
Yes. So no, they were chill too. So no, you got a good point. People are so relaxed, like celebrities and stuff. Chill.
Yeah.
Chill people. So I don't know. Who could it be?
Yeah, I want to know what everybody thinks in the comments though, who they think it could be.
All right, well, we finally know who the viral Usher auntie is, Jimalita Tillman from Chicago. Yes, and she's speaking out about her encounter with Mr. Raymond, the USHER, at her London concert. Take a look.
In the front row, you'd ever met Usher? How did it happen?
Well, in this particular instance, there's this area where you sit, and it's funny because they say, Mr. Raymond's going to walk past here, do not move. He's going to be just walking through.
Okay.
He wasn't even supposed to stop where we were. It was like magnetic, and he smells like vacation.
Why did he pick you?
Well, it was
Why not, Larry? Why not?
One of the young ladies was telling him I'm a retired homeschool mom and that this should be her moment, not hers. And the lady was from the UK, and he said, well, come on over here because I just finished homeschooling my daughter who finished all her studies last year.
Oh, yeah, she has a doctorate at 17.
At 17, yes, ma'am. And so he brought me closer, and I locked in. I brought out all the Broadway magic that I had, but it was easy. He has a magnetic personality, and I'm really excited about this opportunity because now the Harold Washington's getting a lot of play. People are following things that my daughter is doing it, but with that does come some ups and downs.
Oh, yeah.
So I first saw this on X. Somebody shared the video and said the description of the video was that, like, this woman, her husband divorced her because of her connection with Usher and everything else. So that's just completely not true.
That is
just to get that out there, because a lot of people are seeing this video in that context.
Completely false. I am single. I am a retired homeschool mom looking to expand the arts here and across the pond. I am single. You got a Jerry, give me a jingle.
Jingling
Hit the
cherries.
DMs.
Wow. I'm glad they cleared that up because I did see the post that said the husband of that woman. And I was like, no, blame him.
Listen, have y'all been to an Usher concert?
Yes,
Did you
I have.
You didn't see the cherries?
I mean, I've been seeing it on the internet like everybody else has.
It is a sight to see.
Really?
So I think she understood.
She understood
what to do.
the assignment.
She knew
That's
what
the
to
best
do.
one I've seen, though. From all the videos that ever went viral, that's the best one.
It was like she was folding into herself. Like there was a a centrifugal force happening in another region that was like absorbing her body into herself.
No, she was fully taken over. I love that.
And I cannot stop watching.
Really?
Like these, I could do a whole collage of cherry eating. I know it's weird. It's just one of those things. Mouth drop.
That's the quote. I could do a whole collage of cherry eating. That's the quote.
It's a video montage.
Listen, man, while y'all practice tying cherry stems in a knot with your tongue, we're going to go to break, man. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about people. You know how we do. Side dish. 2 minutes. Welcome back to Side Dish. Told you he was going to come back talking about people. Justin. No, I was joking. Justin and Princess in the house. Yo, it's been so great having you on the show with us. Now, how did an Emmy-winning news reporter end up working at one of the most notorious entertainment news outlets in the world, the Shaderoom?
Give us the tea.
The tea. Oh my gosh, y'all. I had like a dream, or it was like maybe an epiphany overnight. One day I was a news anchor in Illinois, so Springfield, so maybe a few hours south of Chicago. And I was ending my contract, and my good friend is the CEO of the Shaderoom. Shout out to Angelica Wandu. She's the CEO of the Shaderoom. I've known her for years, and the Shaderoom over the years, y'all know, it's been huge. It's gained popularity. So I messaged her in the middle of the night. It must have been like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "Yo, we need to work together." Like, it was in the midst of George Floyd and COVID. It was 2021, and she was like, "I'm ready. Let's do it." And so it was just one of those things where, somebody, the news gods kind of punched me and was like, you need to ask for what you want. And we came up with TSR Investigates a few months later. So they moved me here to Atlanta, and I've been doing it for 4 years now. So it's changed my life.
You moved in that moment, because I love your segments on there.
Thank you. It's me. It's shady. It's professional.
But you do it so professional, shady, though. Like, seriously.
It is the job for me. It is literally the job for me. I mean, I've gone to, there's the inauguration, me and one of my producers, Saren, and Donald Trump's team invited us, and Kamala Harris's team invited us to interview her in North Carolina. There's that interview. So it has really changed my life. I cannot believe I was one of the key players in doing these interviews, and, making sure that the people were informed on both sides. And I think that's what the Shaderoom is about. We have a huge responsibility on both sides to give people the news. So here I am.
We get the mess and the message.
And as soon as I started seeing you out there with that mic popping out doing it added added so much value to the platform because it became more than just gossip at that point. It became, factual things that people are going through in life. And you also do TSR Investigates every Tuesday night. For people who have never had the opportunity to tap in, what do you get?
Okay, so TSR Investigates is basically when I break down what the culture is talking about. So what black people are talking about, I kind of evaluate every week, what are people talking about? Onaja Robinson. Y'all know who Onaja is?
Pakistan. Definitely.
So that was my story on Tuesday. And thank goodness, her team reached out, and her 19-year-old boyfriend was interested in doing an interview.
Oh, he's real.
Tell his story.
He's real.
I thought he was like Mr. Snuffleupagus for the first
That's
few
what everybody
seasons of
else
Sesame
said.
Street before
I
people
didn't think
started
it was
seeing him.
real either. So it's a real person.
So I got the tea on that, and really I'm breaking things down that people are interested in, but also like bringing that news element or news you can use to it. That's why I said it's the perfect job for me. I can obviously tell stories and do news, but also I can be a little bit shady, and I can also do it in my news voice too. Like I just said middle part bust down.
Right, exactly. But it's so professionally said.
But y'all know what I'm talking about. But I said it in my news voice. You don't get that. Middle part bust down.
The real ones is like he one of us.
Right, exactly.
She has a middle part bust down now. So yeah. It's been the best job ever. I'm so appreciative.
I love that for you.
Yeah,
definitely. Do celebrities slide in your DM about what's going on in the Shade Room, either good or bad? And how do you handle that?
Yeah, that is a newfound thing for me. I'm not used to celebrities, coming at me. There have been celebrities coming after me, cussing me out. I'm not going to tell them who. I'm not going to tell y'all who, but yeah, celebrities do. Like if I reach out to them, like, hey, I'm doing this story regardless of whether you like it or not. I want to give you an opportunity to tell your side of the story because I am a journalist, so I have to give you an opportunity. And sometimes they do everything in their power to
stop that story.
To stop it from happening. A good example is Diddy. I investigated Diddy back in 2022. And his team let me have it back then.
Well, that could mean a lot of things.
Like be specific on
no baby oil involved. No baby oil involved, thank God.
No baby oil involved.
It was no slipping and sliding.
Take that. Right?
No slipping and sliding. But yes, that was the first time where I was like, oh, I'm really getting cussed out by Diddy's communications team now. At that moment, I was like, oh, this is for real. Like I have impact. People, I have power, unfortunately, to make or break people. But really, honestly, I tell the facts. And that's what I lead with all the time. And I always give people an opportunity to tell me what's going on.
Good for you for creating that balance and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What's next for you at the Shade Room? Can we expand it? Could be Shade Suite.
Any hot stories coming up you want to give us the inside scoop on?
Yeah. So the Shade Room is expanding TSR Investigates.
Ooh, all right.
So there's going to be maybe 4 or 5 stories this year that are going to be long form. And when I say long form, that's like 30 minutes or more.
Okay.
So I'm really going into it. I have all the time to tell this story, and so I can't tell you the topic now, but it's coming out in a few weeks, so stay tuned for that. And we're just expanding it and seeing where it ends. But people love it. I'm shocked that people love it. I told my mom and dad when I first got the job, I'm like, be ready for people to be in your DMs, yelling at you because you're my parents.
Right.
So no, we're doing some big things, and I'm excited for y'all to see it.
Man, keep shining, man. And none of this should come as a surprise to you because to even get on the news. As a person of color and have a successful run at that, and then take your energy and bring that to a place that's a little bit more loose and accessible where we got fun. Ain't no coincidences, man. You dope at what you do.
Definitely.
Now we turning the gun on you, Princess.
All right, Princess.
It's also good to have you back in the seat as well.
Glad to be back. My seat kept warm for me. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't let no one else sit in that exact spot since you left. How is the second season of your podcast?
It's going really good. Doing interviews, gonna get that out very soon. So I'm really excited to tell the stories of, I'm focused really on this season on female entrepreneurs telling their story all around Atlanta and everything like that. So it's going to be really good. It's going to be great. I'm really excited.
And for those who don't know, it's called CEO Confessions. And listen, man, they just bring so many people on there and show them how great they could be. Because I think there's a lot of potential serial entrepreneurs out there who don't know the first steps and need to see people who look like them doing it to get that wind in their sails and be like, yeah, I can be.
Especially in Atlanta.
Exactly. And we do the no fluff. Like I hate the fluff, just living by the cars and the houses and all of that. Like, I want to know your struggles. How hard was it for you to get here? What advice do you really have to help people get to that next level? Things like that. So I really love diving deep into that.
Yeah, love that for you, yo.
Yes.
So listen, man, you can tap in with them on all social media. They're also not going nowhere. They hanging out with us for the rest of the show. So keep that love flowing in the chat. And what's going on with Officer Vlad?
All right, well, we're moving on here. So old Vlad TV interview with Johnny Gill has resurfaced. And in it talks about Johnny, about what he did to prove something to his then girlfriend. And it's become controversial. Take a listen.
There was an interview somewhere where, I don't think it was this relationship, but it was someone you were involved with. And because of the gay rumors, you actually did a polygraph test with her. That's wild, man. Yeah. That's wild to have to actually go through that extent to show that you're straight. Like that's crazy to me.
You know, it was crazy because the rumor had been going for so long.
Yeah.
And so you start to realize and look at certain things, like I said, like a record label. They was talking to record label, like, well, we would, but I think, you know, you gay, so we don't want to. It's like, so we hear it's all this stuff that's going. And I remember her telling me about her friend saying this and saying that, and blah, blah, blah. She never asked me to do it, but I wanted to show her something. I wanted to prove a point to her.
Wow, just when you thought rubbing her the right way would have been enough.
Right,
like now we got to do a lie detector test. I mean, I don't know,
that's
man.
That's a deep way to prove your love, but that's a little intense. Like,
I mean, because people have heard the rumors throughout time, you know, and at the end of the day, sometimes people just operate differently than everybody else. And, you know, if you got to the point where you're in the relationship, apparently them rumors didn't bother you that much, you still went for it.
But should he have found maybe another person instead?
Probably.
I would say probably somebody just accepted him off top
keyword
who
person.
he was, because that's just extreme for me.
Because you don't know what people like.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. And the thing is, I think we've reached a space and place in time where like everybody should be a little bit more accepting of what's going on. Now, It's one thing where like you want to know if you are dating a person who has dabbled fluidly, you know, because some people, they feel however they feel about it, right? At the end of the day, he must have really liked her to go through the effort and lengths to take the lie detector test to prove that, you know, he was strictly titly.
Right.
I guess, you know, what you just said?
Yeah, like, I was trying to think of something like, because when chicks be like, I'm strictly, you know, like, so what does the guy say?
Right. That's a good one. I'm going to write that one down.
Hashtag. It started here. Would you ever take a lie detector test to, like, you know, prove something that somebody said, whether it's like maybe like a dispute amongst friends, or I wasn't the one who said that?
Absolutely not. I'm not going through those limbs. Like, you either go take my word for it or not. At all. Okay. You should know my character too, depending on what it is, like with certain things. So it's just
but
it's a no
what if
for
you
me.
In love, princess? Like it's like Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. You would take it for Mufasa. You would take a lot of actors for Mufasa.
Okay, we can talk about it then. You know, we can see what it's doing.
While we're there, who did he replace to become the it guy now that everybody goes to? Like, because like at one time it was Denzel, it was Shamar Moore,
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
It's like, are they still fighting for that top spot?
Who did we retire to where now, you know, what was Mufasa's name again?
Aaron Pierre.
Who did we retire to where Aaron Pierre is now the go-to guy?
That is hard to say.
I don't know.
Did Denzel age out?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, Denzel.
Michael,
yeah, I think Denzel. Maybe Boris or maybe Morris.
Boris and Morris.
Boris and Morris.
How come
Morris
they've never
Chestnut.
done nothing together?
Boris. I know, right?
Boris and Morris.
That could be a podcast.
The show writes itself.
It's a podcast right there. But no, Aaron Pierre is the new whatever you want him to be.
Yeah.
But he's
the new it guy.
He's the new it guy.
And he a Brit, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if he have to like.
He getting
charge
him with
him
the eyes and the
to get here too.
That's another one that people think, you know, he is, you know, dibbling and dabbling with, you know, men and women. But
he was just recently seen with
Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
Did we approve this union? If it's a thing?
We talked about that. I did. I like that for her. Like, I really did like that for her because I want her to find happiness after the divorce and everything she went through. So I was definitely down for that union. They both look good together.
They look great together.
It's a beautiful
match, 100%. And let him be great. If he likes women and he say he likes women, let's believe him for him.
Hell yeah.
And for it and move on.
He didn't tell her. He told her to put on that red dress, not him. Just saying. Anyway, we're gonna go break. When we come back, we're gonna hit y'all with Photo Shoot Friday. We'll see y'all in 2 minutes. Photo Shoot Friday. Now, first up, ladies, don't look it too long. You might get pregnant. Nick Cannon took a pause from Wildin' Out to show us he's not only a businessman, he's a businessman. And here he is on the cover of Success magazine.
Oh, he looks real good.
He looks
I love
great.
this look for him.
He looks great. I don't think 12 kids?
12.
He doesn't look like he has 12 kids.
At
he looks
all.
very liberated
Still
and free.
looks good and youthful, not stressed out or anything. I love that.
Yeah,
Looks real good.
When you don't have them all with you at the same time, it keeps that youthful appearance. You know what I mean?
That's true, that's true.
The cardio is making the children, so you stay in shape. And, the rest.
Well, next up, we've got Real Housewives of Atlanta star Miss Phaedra Parks giving us a view on the spring cover of the View Atlanta magazine. She looks fantastic.
She looks beyond
She can
amazing.
do no wrong.
She like she's gonna be against Cruella DeVille in the 102 Dalmatians.
So listen, the wig is wigging.
It is.
Everything
And the
about
fur.
it. She can do no wrong in my book. I've met Phaedra a number of times. What you see is what you get. She's so funny. You've met her.
A baddie at all times.
Oh yeah.
Like even at Costco.
Yeah. Full
makeup and
setup.
glam.
But sometimes even with a medium beat, she like Phaedra's very well put together. I be rooting for her.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Next up is rapper in hip hop's freshman class ringleader Big X The Plug, linking up with GQ magazine.
Ooh,
okay.
Body positivity.
Right.
I thought Gentleman's Quarterly was about having clothes on.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
I think it was a jacket.
GQ. Well, it's about fashion. It's about.
I would like them to put him in more fashion forward looks,
That's
Maybe a
what
little nice
Princess.
suit.
Good point.
Something.
Good point.
It is GQ, So.
But this could be fashion forward for Bankhead or what else? It could be for the Bronx or whoever you're trying to appeal to.
For the people who missed the Source magazine being on the
Exactly.
rack.
That's what it's giving right now.
GQ talking to us now. Like,
Exactly.
You're gonna see a lot of black hands
Definitely
picking up
what
the
it's
cover
giving.
this month. And our producer was telling us that this was actually shot by a very high-profile local photographer by the name of Jonathan Mannion. So big shout out to him.
Okay, all right. Well, shout out to Jonathan. He's doing his thing.
Think that's skim milk or
Well, I don't know.
Well, shout out to him. Well, the Godfather of Harlem is back. Acting legend Forrest Whitaker graces the cover of Heart Living for April and May.
All right.
Okay.
He's looking very clean, pop. Like I love that look for him.
I feel like he has not. He's just been the same age since I was 8 years old.
Facts.
Like he don't look like
looks exactly the same.
exactly the same.
If there was one universal Forrest Whitaker role that you love him for all time, what is that role?
I'm gonna say this show, The Godfather.
Godfather
of Harlem. Oh my gosh, this is to me some of his best work that he's ever done. I love this show.
Okay.
He's great in it.
Let me add it to my
Definitely.
list.
Definitely.
I haven't seen it.
You got some
You have
mighty
to.
dope binging to do.
And you go get so hooked, you're not gonna want to stop. So you're gonna really binge
What,
this.
it's multiple seasons?
Yeah, I think it's like maybe
three
four.
or four.
Yeah.
Now, both of y'all are busy, and so am I. I don't have time to watch 4 seasons.
Oh, I didn't watch the 3rd season. I don't have the time. But the first 2 had my whole life.
Right,
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back.
So if you get that one day in moment.
Oh my God. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was, I'm from Philly. Y'all thought I was finished. Hey. Well, Kelly Ripa's hubby, Mark Consuelos, he is bearing it all for some shoes. Check out his behind the scenes look of Stuart Weitzman's Spring 2025 campaign. Looking good. Mark is 54 years old, y'all.
Wow.
The fountain of youth. He looks amazing.
What is he eating? What is he drinking?
That's what I'm saying.
And you thought
What's
he
the
would-
workout plan?
You would think he would be looking more stressed out because his wife is always with him.
Exactly.
Because usually work was the escape. But when you work with your wife, then you go home.
Would you ever work with your wife?
No. We don't do the same things.
Like
You know what I'm saying?
So you would like to keep that separate.
You need a break. Kind of like, like for anybody with kids out there, you know how you go on a family vacation, you need a vacation for the vacation?
Exactly. Like that's not a vacation with the kids.
I get you. Yeah. I get you. Yeah, but Mark was an actor, and he filled in a couple times on Live with Kelly, and it just became permanent now. Well, within the past few years or so. So he wasn't doing it either. But anyway, who had the best photo shoot? Was it A, B, or C?
Well, it's hard. It's a tie between Nick and Phaedra for me. They both were given.
Oh, and D. Sorry, it's 4 of them.
Definitely. So it's a hard tie between those two, Nick Cannon and Phaedra Parks.
I mean, I guess I'm going to go with Big X The Plug.
Really?
Because he was like, yo, take me as I am, world. You know what I'm saying? And to be that level of confident is inspiring. Because at the end of the day, You can do it all.
You can.
You know how people
He's
used to be
showing
like, you too short to model. Not so much.
It's
Like,
2025.
Yeah.
He gave it all to us. So,
Yeah,
you know,
all of it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would say, you know what, honestly, I would say probably Phaedra too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just my girl, you know.
She gave it completely in that.
You know?
That would have been an easy alley-oop, man. I wish would have made it some love. Somebody had the right root for the big boys
I
because
love that
in
look.
my heart, I feel like that's who I am. Big X the
Definitely.
plug. Like
You feel that?
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
sitting up here like a bag of trash.
Nowhere near it.
I feel like that's how I look in my heart.
You like 1,000 something.
Anyway,
Get out of here.
well, I was today years old when I realized that actually, all right. So sometimes the writers write things. I've been on to this the whole time. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers has been racially insensitive the entire time the show was on. The second they pulled their mask off and you realized who was who, I was like, what the hell are they doing here? And so in the latest episode of Investigation Discovery series, Hollywood Demons, head writer Tony Oliver shared a big mistake they made regarding the black and yellow Power Rangers. Check this out. The green one was Irish.
None of us are thinking stereotypes. And so it was my assistant who pointed it out in the meeting one day that we had made the black character the Black Ranger and the Asian character the Yellow Ranger. It was so a mistake. It was such a mistake.
This is why you need black people at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
This
Now,
is
mind
why you need black people in the room.
Right.
Definitely.
You need
It
black
makes a
people in the
difference.
room, black producers. But mind you, listen, I have a very soft spot for Power Rangers. So watch what y'all say because Power Rangers is very near and dear to my heart.
I was a huge Power Ranger fan growing up. Huge. Loved them. Didn't miss an episode. Definitely.
Yo, I used to want to hit Rita Repulsa.
Really? That was your tea back then?
Yeah. Like there was something about an evil girl. Like I feel like I could change you. Why you like this? But if we could color swap and racially correct the wrongs that were done, what color would we have given the black man who was the Black Ranger?
Made him like blue.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you know, royal, regal.
Definitely.
Yeah,
do you
blue,
think the Crips would have
green.
claimed him if
They would have, though.
Not
He
the
would have been down.
Crips. They're gonna come after me.
he with us, cuz?
The red one. But listen, here's the thing though. Back then, I feel like there was you could do anything back then.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
What I mean? Like,
nobody said anything about it.
Nobody was offended. Back then, even as a kid, I didn't see it as being racist. Like, you know, the black one was the black one. The blonde one was the pink one, Trini. I remember all that.
We didn't even know to be aware of that then.
No, that's Trini. Sorry, the yellow one is Trini. Kimberly's
the
pink
one. That
Sorry.
was my girl, Kimberly.
Yeah, Kimberly.
I loved her.
So anyway, no, I just feel like we're in a different age now, and of course everybody's sensitive to it. And yeah, right now casting directors would not put the Black Ranger in the black
would
suit.
Not happen.
Yeah, right.
There was a lot to process back then.
Lots of process. All right, moving on. It's pretty normal to grab drinks at the bar with a friend or family member, right? But what if the life of the party is actually not alive? He's dead.
Huh?
So, okay, here we go. Let me explain. So, British snooker player Jimmy White, he told TalkSport about his insane idea to steal his dead brother's body after the funeral and then take him to the pub for a final farewell. Thank God we don't have a picture of it.
Yes, he broke into the funeral home, bar hopped with his brother's lifeless body, then tried to put him back exactly like he was in the casket.
But 2 days later, the cops came to put the cuffs on him for breaking and entering, but after hearing his story, they said an apology would suffice.
That is wild. But if he's out in the bar with him, you'll probably just think he was like really drunk and everything because he would have to hold him up and everything. You know what I mean? So they probably just thought he was like drunk and just out of it.
Yeah.
It's definitely giving Weekends at Bernie's energy. And for those who are like, what is a snooker play? It's pool.
Yeah.
Like the same way like we call soccer, football.
Exactly.
It's pool with a couple extra rules. No, it's by the pool cue my man holding right there.
That's weird. Here's the thing.
He looked like he'll do it again.
Yeah, and would.
Right after the story.
Here's the thing. Black people do weird things too. We like to do things with the body.
Yeah. And New Orleans
Ray wanted to be buried and he wanted to be at the bar for his viewing.
Yeah.
And so we'll do that. So I'm gonna give him some slack
with that.
Because
Okay.
we all do weird things with our loved
But
ones.
it's one thing when you arrange the body to be at the thing. It's another thing when you steal the body from the morning.
Come out.
That's a crime. That's a crime.
All right, listen, man, we're going to run out the break. But when we come back, some people are celebrating birthdays, but are you celebrating with these celebs? Find out in 2 minutes. And if you ain't never seen a Chevy with the butterfly doors, you better ask David Banner, who's turning 51 today, man. Happy birthday, big homie.
And David Banner shares his special day with R&B singer Summer Walker. The Grammy winner is celebrating 29.
And last but not least, Raina King, actress, producer, and of course sister of Regina King, hitting the big 5-0 today. Happy birthday.
Okay, but hold up. I gotta wish my friend, the homie, the legendary, the BRAT, a happy early born day as she rings another trip around the sun, coming in on the 14th, all right? Now, she gonna automatically get that cake for that day. But for the rest of the people we talk about here, who y'all giving the cake to?
I'm giving it to the brat because we both from Chicago, so she gets it from me today. Happy birthday.
Well, you kind of get to cheat on that one because her birthday is like on a Saturday or something like that. So who you gonna give the Friday birthday to?
Ooh, I'm gonna give it to David Banner. I love him and what he's done overall as an activist and everything, and his music and everything like that. And he's fine, handsome, little salt and pepper. So,
yeah, and I love his music too.
Yo, he's kind of doing the Usher thing, but like on red carpets.
What'd you say?
He's kind of doing the Usher thing, but on red carpets.
Yeah.
He's walking up on people, hypnotizing them.
With the reporter.
No, Dave's my brother, man. Like, yo, it's like he has a crystal ball and he knows when to call people when they're at their like lowest moment.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Like he called me one day. The crazy thing, we talked about him on the show. I text him and he changed his number. An Asian person has his number now. But then later on, he texts me, he's like, hey, this is my new number. And I'm like, so random. I texted you earlier. And he's like, call me. And I called him and we had like a long conversation.
Yeah.
But he cared. Some people act like they care. David Banner be really out here caring. If he went to jail for snuffing a nun, I'm gonna be like, what'd the nun do?
Right.
Because he one of them people who really care about the people, and like he's been this way the whole entire time. So I always root for that brother, man. So big ups to him.
You need friends like that.
You do. So you run it up for?
What are you going for?
I'm gonna go for Miss Raina King.
Okay.
I love the King family.
Give her a shine today.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her shine today, Miss Raina. You look beautiful, stunning queen. The 5-0, that's a milestone.
It's major.
So, and I love Summer Walker too. I love them all, but I'm gonna say Raina.
Okay. It'd be cool if she could have did the other voice on the Boondocks, like if Regina was doing Riley and Raina could do Huey. Man,
I could not believe.
Man, so was that?
No, I was saying I could not believe that was Regina King that whole time.
She's so talented.
She's so good.
And that Cree Summer. Cree Summer's a crazy talented voice actress too.
She's so amazing.
Does it all?
Yes.
Since the Go-Go Gadget days when she's playing Penny. Now, I know you outside between your Chicago parties, between your Atlanta parties, and just the awesomeness of it all. What is the craziest celebrity party you've ever had the opportunity to go to?
Birthday party or just in general?
It could be birthday party or just in general party.
Just give us the wildest one.
The wildest one. Okay, it's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I just was at the inauguration for Donald Trump.
Okay.
And TikTok literally had a party. You know, TikTok was banned at the time, and they had just come out of being banned, and so they threw a party. I was invited by Trump's team, President Trump's team, and when I tell you, Lil Pump was there, Waka Flocka was there. All of these people dressed in suits and gowns because we were at different events that night, so it was like a after party kind of thing. TikTok executives, they were getting McDonald's ordered and people were passing around. We are all in ball gowns and suits and bow ties and they passing around, Donald Trump likes McDonald's. They passing around burgers and fries and we are all in like ball gowns and stuff and everybody's lit. Waka Flocka is lit.
I go hard in the paint.
right. And Waka Flocka supports Trump and I had to interview him and he is lit and I'm trying to get through. It was a sight to see.
Sound like a night.
It was a sight to see. And then TikTok executives was getting lit.
Really?
Yes.
Were they Japanese?
They were all Japanese.
That's what's up.
Wow.
But they were nice to me. I got to pick their brain a little bit, but it was definitely wild to see. A lot of young Republicans passing around quarter pounders and French fries and ball gowns and bow ties.
Did Donald Trump dap black people differently than he did the whites?
I didn't see any dappage.
No dappage.
I didn't see any dappage.
Just like head nods, like.
Just like, you know how he goes. Yeah. So I didn't even see that. I didn't see that, but it was a wild week covering the inauguration. It was horrible weather in Washington D.C. It snowed, and what a sight.
God wasn't pleased. God wasn't pleased. Listen, we gotta go to break, but when we come back, man, we played everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? We gonna solve some crimes, and we got some good backup today. So stand by. See you in 2 minutes.
That's my favorite.
It's time for everyone's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? You guys like racially profiling people, right?
Of course.
Sure. Yeah, we kind of do it whether we want to or not. So a 26-year-old Texas man at the border must have had his buttocks in a bunch when a drug detection dog smelled the odor of narcotics coming from them. So the man who said he was leaving his G-Ma's house underwent 2 screenings after Border Patrol noticed he entered a different port than the one he was trying to exit. Now, according to investigators, during a frisk, the drug booty bandit was clenching his thighs so tight, Moses couldn't part them. That's when the dog caught a whiff of them drugs and said, got him. Now, the 2 black tape bundles nestled between his nestled cheeks contained 5.25 ounces of meth. He was arrested and charged with drug smuggling.
Oh, my God.
y'all.
Yeah, when it said meth, I was like, you know, that's definitely Tanner's cousin. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, but sometimes we acquire the drugs so we can sell them at the rave.
That's true. That's true.
That is.
But your booty cheeks, it's got to be somebody who got a big booty. So I'm thinking maybe Mexican.
You think it's the other cousin?
Yeah, maybe one of the other cousins.
Okay. I like what y'all are both picking up and putting down. Usually when we go to Mexico as black folks, it's usually on a trip.
Yeah.
It was like Tulum. I really don't think we making the drug runs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna jump out the window and I think I'm gonna ride with other.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride with other because I don't think Tanner's cousin is going to pick up the meth to sell it here.
That's true.
If anything, they might pick up the ingredients to make it.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna put it on other.
Yeah, I think we agree with that.
I'm gonna stick with mine though.
You gonna stick with yours? That is Tanner's cousin.
Yeah.
What say y'all in the chat? Because it is kind of all over the place.
It's a hard one.
A lot of details, man. And the sad part is, some of us or all of us in this panel might be wrong.
We'll never know.
We'll find out right now.
Find out.
3. Now, I do this thing, kind of like how when they used to do the Extreme Home Makeover and be like, move that van.
Yeah.
And we do this
to reveal it.
It's like a crime van. So at the count of 3, move it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, move that van! Let's go! George Vargas!
Wait, is it other?
Yeah.
Was I right?
You was right.
I was right.
You said
Thank God I'm right, because I would have never lived that one down.
You didn't get specifically racial, but I was definitely thinking it in my head.
Definitely.
I was like, oh yeah, definitely. That's going to be one of the Martinez. But it was not. Like, it was a Vargas.
Oh, wow.
No me gusta.
No me gusta. what the smells were like. Just a lot of aromas.
Yeah.
That was a little harsh, a little hard.
Yo, people who keister drugs into places, it baffles me. Because, like, what if the paper get loose and now you're like, you're really mainlining that stuff.
Ooh, Lord.
Old Dirty Bastard died because he ingested a balloon that exploded at him. And it's like, yo, please, kids, don't do this.
Be careful with that, y'all.
That's
But,
true.
yo,
Don't try that at home.
No balloons.
Or outside either.
Ever.
I appreciate having both of y'all on.
Yes, this was so fun.
Princess, if people want to follow you, where can they go?
You can find me at Stylish Queen P on Instagram.
All right. And Justin, where can people track you down at?
At Just2Ice, J-U-S, the number 2 I-C-E. And yeah, the Shade Room, follow the Shade Room too. The Shade Room, you know what it is.
Yo, hopefully you get to see his show and not be a person featured on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the goal.
Don't have him reporting on you now.
Please, I do not want to come after you.
And if you end up on her podcast, you're building a business.
Exactly.
You want to be on her podcast, not mine.
Let's talk about it.
Two people who are rocking out in the free world, but for two different reasons, but doing great things nonetheless, man. Peace and love. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click that bell so you can be notified when we go live. And if you're watching us at home, hit that red button twice so you can record all right? We'll see you again later. Be safe. Happy birthday to everybody, and bye.
Bye.